Recording in progress.
All right. Is everybody ready already?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's hit it. Hello, hello, and welcome to our humble little podcast. This is Atlantis After Dark, the greatest place in all of cyberspace. Did you hear about the porno movie that was hailed as an all-time classic? They said it would inspire people for generations to come. I'll tell you what, I'm ready to go already. You guys are too. That was lame as fuck. Let's not waste any more time. That's going to be a precursor to the rest of this thing, folks. Let's meet today's fucking all-stars. Oh boy. Warming up in the bullpen. The other day he went to the store to buy some gin when he sees this gorgeous redhead who stops him and says, "Excuse me, I think you're the father of one of my kids." He said, "Wow, were you the one I banged in the bathroom at 7-Eleven a couple years ago?" She said, "No, I'm your son's kindergarten teacher." It's BIFF by Adam West. What's the word, dude?
What's going on?
Oh, that was a pretty good one.
That's
Funny,
a bad...
Funny story though. When I was having my very fun 20s and early 30s, where I was kind of I was a little bit of a partier. Every Father's Day, I used to have this tradition where I went out to my mailbox and I opened it, and I just got so nervous every time, and I just prayed there was no colored envelope.
Did any of your friends ever do that to you as a prank?
No.
Oh, that would have been fucking hilarious.
I always was worried about it. And
Oh.
never, and that would have been a good one.
I'd even sign it in crayon.
If I
Hello,
saw,
Daddy.
Like a blue
Oh yeah.
in my mailbox around Father's Day, I would have freaked the F out.
Oh, a blue envelope says it's a boy. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God. No, you know what I used to call myself? I used to call myself the man whore. That was my 20s and early 30s gig. I was the man whore. I man whored quite a bit. I enjoyed being a man whore.
I never considered myself a whore, but we had this great line that me and my friends used to use, because the lower level of my house is like an exact replica of the bar Cheers.
Right.
So when it got to be last call, we used to always just say, my friends and me, we used to say to the girls we were talking to, "Hey, do you want to go to the bar that never closes?" And that got a lot of traction back then.
Sure it did. Sure it did. You can't go wrong there. Well, I'm glad you got that bottle of gin, and I'm glad you're over the scare. Welcome to the show today, pal.
Glad to be here.
Next up, he's the sorcerer supreme of cyberspace. The other day, he said to his wife, "Hey, give me a blowjob." She said, "That wasn't very romantic." He said, "Fine, give me a blowjob in the rain." It's Retpmus. What's happening, Big Kahuna?
Oh, great Sunday morning. Nice weather out. Really good day. Hope to make it even better.
With a blowjob, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no rain.
It's not
in the
raining.
sky.
I don't need rain.
Oh, man, I know.
You guys just need a couple of bathtubs on the top of the hill in West Virginia. There.
There's a sprinkler outside. You just put the sprinkler on.
Oh, my God. Well, welcome to the show, pal. We are damn glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
All right. Joining us on the show today, she recently brought a date home back to her place. He told her he was like Jesus in the sheets. I said, "Wow." She said, "Yeah, I thought he was going to bring me to heaven, but it turns out it was more like, 'Behold, I come quickly.'" It's the lovely and talented DCL Junk. How are you today, Miss Junk?
Thank you. Plus, he's hung like this. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Never mind.
Oh, I wish I'd have thought of that.
Old school sight gag, which works great on a podcast without video.
It does. I humbly think so. That's just my opinion. Welcome to the show. We are damn glad to have you. I'm glad to have you. I'm always glad to have you. You're the shit. All right. Up next, he's the gangster of ganja. he was telling me the other day that his wife screamed the name of another man while they were in bed. I said, really? He said, yeah. And if I ever find out who Ron Hole is, he's going to kill him. It's Sekju. Welcome, sir. How's it going, pal?
That sounds like something that might have happened.
The best comedy draws inspiration from real life, right?
It does. It does. I mean, doesn't that happen to everybody once? I mean, we're talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, naturally, my wife and I have been drunk together before, and things have slipped. And be like, "Whoops, sorry, bad aim, my bad. I'm sorry."
They're so close. They're so close.
Right? Like, it was a whoops, but hey, you know, you recover, you rebound, and you go in for the win. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, when you're in the dark, fumbling for the sink, you know, you're always off a few inches.
Oh boy. Jeez. Oh my God.
Brutal.
By the way, I have a feeling this is why the devs from DC Heroes haven't got back to us.
Yeah, they haven't
They
gotten back
listen
to
to an
me yet.
episode or two, and they're like,
Yeah, no.
what audience are we going for here?
Yeah, no.
I was
They're
gonna
like, yes, we'd love to be on your podcast. Can you send us a link?
So I'll actually talk about that in a little bit. Yes, I did follow up with them, but no, I have not heard back from them. I did send them a link to our show, so at this point, I'm sure they've listened.
Well,
And
hopefully they enjoy it, even if they're not.
I
coming
hope
on.
they do too. I mean, look,
Right.
Robert seems like a really nice guy. I really hope he comes on the show. Really, I do. And I promise if he does, I won't roast him. Really.
Right. I want to invite Robert and tell him how he can't satisfy his wife.
Oh my God.
You heard the promise from the man himself, though. If you come on our show and you're
That's
listening right now, you won't get roasted.
That's right.
And,
right.
and we agree to have a PG episode with
Yes.
you on.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you come on, because we would love to have them.
Yeah. I can
Oh,
tone it
it's
down.
So hard for me. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
I can
I'll
tone
try.
it down.
do it.
I can focus. I can focus.
I
As
don't
long as
know,
they let
it
me
might-
unlock fucking Superman. God fucking damn it. Taking forever. Fuck.
PG episodes asking a lot.
I know it is.
I know. PG-13. PG-13.
PG-13, right?
So you can let what? 2 F-bombs slip? Isn't that PG-13?
One
I
F-bomb
think-
after 10 o'clock.
What is
I think-
PG-13? I saw Barbie was PG-13. Like,
Really?
isn't that, like, I assumed originally it was supposed to be for kids. I guess it isn't. But it's like, why would you have a movie about, like, that'd be like, movie about Skeletor and
I always thought of
R.
like, I always
I
thought
don't
of it
know
like,
why, but I was really hoping for a Land Before Time reference or something with
Jesus.
dinosaurs there.
I always thought of it as like, the base system, like PG, like G. G was your at-home plate hitting the bat, right? PG was you made it to first base. PG-13 was like second base, right? You feel the hooters. Third base
Feeling
was like
hooters.
rated R. You're like, oh, bow, oh, pow, oh, pow. You're going to spank it a little bit. And then, of course, home plate back again, you get the rated X. That's why I always felt the way that the rating system went. So adult situations, I guess, PG-13.
When I was 7, I had HBO in my room.
Why?
I don't know. My dad fucked up with the wiring in the house somehow. I don't know. But I ended
Wow.
up having it, and I saw some shit, man. I saw some shit.
I had
Jeff
when they
Fahey. I
when
don't
they
know.
when they first came out with the remote control for me, and HBO was out. It was a wired remote control, so it wasn't. It was
Oh.
a wire. It came from the thing, and you had a wire to it, and it had a dial. Okay, but what happened is, even though my parents wouldn't spring for HBO, if you lodged the dial halfway between two channels, the channels you didn't get start to come into focus. It's not perfect, but it starts to, it's like, I'm sitting there, I'm like 11 years old. I'm like, booby, I saw booby.
Oh, like scrambled porn back in the day? Is that
Yeah,
what it was? Like
it was
scrambled,
like-
like
But you took this dial remote control and you just had to wedge it between two channels, and it was blurry, but it came in. And it was just such a labor of love to try to just see somebody naked as a kid. I don't know.
The lengths you'll go to, right?
Now I can afford to pay for
Oh.
the channels.
Oh boy. Well, listen, welcome, Sekju. Do you have anything else you want to say real quick before I head
No,
off?
no, I think I got
Okay.
it all out. There
Okay,
you go.
okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Sekju. Sorry, we got off on a tangent there.
It's all
Um,
good. Thanks for having me.
all
Show
right.
is tangents.
Everybody knows this next All-Star Last week, he said NASA discovered the man with the largest penis in the universe. I said, really? He said, yeah, but they told me it was inappropriate to put on a resume. It's Tewty. Welcome to the show, pal.
I am a grower, not a shower. And I was actually recently told that I had a bigger package than I thought I did. Ooh. So that was very good compliment in my head.
Wow.
They looked at it through a rear view mirror and
objects, maybe. Oh, that's messed up. I had to think about it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Thank you.
Oh man. Well, welcome.
I bet you have a wonderful package.
Yeah, let's speculate on Tewty's package for a little bit because I'm willing to bet you that it's smooth as a baby's butt.
I was just going to say that with all
hairless
removal stuff.
Right, it's got to match the other side, right?
Right.
You would hope.
That thing's got to be bolder than Lex Luthor.
Oh.
No, there's a little bit of grooming needing to be done. But
does it have a mohawk? You should give it a mohawk.
Oh, so it's like John Cryer, Lex Luthor with the goatee.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
Give him a beard.
You got to keep it DC comic space, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
we're giving you all kinds of ideas today.
I'm not a chode or anything, but I was told I was thicker than I thought.
Oh. Well,
all right.
All right. Yeah. All right. And on that note, we're waiting on Witty. I know. We're waiting on Witty to come in, and gosh, she's having some technical difficulties. So when she joins us, maybe we'll slide a roast her way. But I want to get into a little bit of the DC heroes and villains thing before we start into some DCL. And I just want to say that we do want to cover a little bit of it here on the show going forward. We really do. And I would love it personally if Robert came on the show and we could have a little bit of a chat, because I got questions I want to ask him. I know Witty's got some questions she wants to ask him. I'm sure you guys do as well, right? How many people have been playing this game so far? Is it just us, like BIFF and Sek?
Is it the one that looks like you connect like the colored objects?
Yes.
Yeah, it's bejeweled with
it's
no, I have not played that game.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's the core of the game, but it is the part of the game that you work on. To me it's a roster building game.
Yes.
Where you're trying to accumulate the heroes, you're trying to gear them, in their terms, tier them. So from that perspective, that's why it's appealing to me, because that's why I played DCL is to build a roster, to constantly have projects to say, hey, I'm taking this group of Legion of Doom to tier 6 or whatever the case may be, and do that kind of grind. But yes, it is a matching game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any interest in trying that out, Tewty?
No, it's not really my speed. I feel like, I don't know. If I'm gonna build a roster, I feel like I want it to be more like DC Legends, where like I can actually see the character do things instead of just their face popping up and then some lasers destroying some colored objects. I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Right. But it is strategy based still, like where you are looking at synergy of your team, and things like that. Now I'm not looking at that yet. I don't know what any of them do. Colors. I just put Legion of Doom people together, Arkham people together. Like I have no fucking clue what I'm doing yet. Yeah, but and inmates,
right?
Top dog and homicidal maniac. By the way, homicidal maniac in DCL.
Yeah, there you go. We could use graph spinner too.
Yeah, graph spinner's the fucking man.
Oh boy. Well, anyways, check it out. I think we're going to start featuring a little more of that content on the show as we go through, because so many of us are playing it, I think. So we'll carve out a little bit of time on future shows to cover it. And even if we can't get Robert on the show, we really like to have him, but you know, if we can't get there, we can't get there. So let me go on forward and say, last but not least, from the hidden isle of Themyscira. The other day, some guy stopped her on the street and said, "I bet I can tell when you were born just by feeling your tits." She said, "No way." He said, "Yeah, go on, give it a try." The dude had his hand on her cones for about 20 minutes when she said, "Okay, when was I born?" The dude looked at her and said, "Yesterday." She said, "Nope, that's wrong. You'll have to try again." It's Witty Amazon. What's happening out there on Paradise Island?
A lot of hiccups apparently because my internet connection is super bad. Hopefully I can do the rest of the show, but it's been a hassle.
You got to pay your bill.
Oh, it's been paid. It's been paid. I think somehow it's the weather.
Yeah,
We're
oh,
not
yeah.
having a very good day today, and it kind of the connection is kind of spotty. But I see you guys went ahead and we're talking about the new game.
Yeah, we briefly touched on it a little bit. I said, you know, I'd love to have the developers on the game. I said, I've got questions for them. I know you do too, Witty.
Yeah, that's why I was here, because I'm barely playing DCL since the last raid. So
yeah,
if you're gonna have me on the show, it's gotta be now.
Oh boy. But yeah, so, and I said basically the only other thing that I said was we have to have Grab Spinner and Top Dog and DC Legends. And and
At least I've heard of them.
yeah.
No, they want pussies. They're asking for pussy pictures online, right? So I'm guessing cats. We've had crypto. Now they're moving on to cats. So
Oh yeah.
Like everybody wants Dexstar.
Dexstar the cat.
Hey,
The kitty
I
cat.
shared a picture of my pussies, and I got a lot of positive feedback. All right,
Yeah, you won a contest on that.
yeah,
That's
your
right.
pussies are winners.
I won a contest.
Yeah, you won a contest about cutest pets, whatever. I won the first one
Oh, that's right.
that they had, and then I
That was the Zuzu
expected
thing.
correct. I expected my dog Mo to win 2 straight times, and I was upset.
Nah, your
by
dog's ugly, dude.
by
Sorry.
Tootie's pussy.
Oh.
Tooties is smoother.
Just like my dick, it's an unexpected win.
Oh God. Anyways, that's all we really said. By the way, Witty, is that we're going to carve out a little bit on the show every so often to talk about this. Depending on how many people we get to start playing the game. I mean, if it looks like a good number of us are going that direction, then yeah, we'll certainly dedicate time to this every week.
Yeah.
So
How
I
much
think we
this?
should do that.
How much of the playing is frustration with DCL, and how much is that you like the game, or is it a combination?
No,
For
I
everyone?
actually do like the game. You
Yeah.
know, I've played because of DCL. I had to play one of those Step Joy games where you can. The gameplay is basically the same, but this one has the DC characters,
Right.
and it's not really frustrating at all. You can progress. You can play with the characters you like without them having to be too OP to you for you to progress. And also it has very cool synergy between characters that you don't see in DCL. The design is amazing. I think the voiceovers are great. The soundtrack, the way they build up the maps so you can progress. I think it's very well built, and I can be done with it in minutes. It doesn't take away so much of my time as
Yes.
DCL does.
yes.
And with way less frustration. The only frustration I have with this game is the pulls when you want to pull a 5-star character that you
Yeah.
never do. Otherwise, everything else has been just joy about it, and it's been very addictive.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been very enjoyable.
But it leaves you wanting more because
Yeah.
It
you
does.
can't spend that much time playing it because the energy runs out very quick. The gearing of which is called tiering there is when you get up to a certain level is a little bit of a longer grind, and you can use energy very fast. And then you could just be sitting there and say, I got nothing else to do today until my energy builds back up. We still don't know how the versus or the PvP energy, how long that takes, because that seems to take forever.
Yeah,
to
I don't
refill.
know. I don't understand that either.
There's no timer on it.
Yeah.
But I go to bed with 0 energy and I wake up and it's not full. So who knows? But it's a game that's leaving me wanting more.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. And I play DCL for roster building more than strategy and things like that. So right up my alley. I'm not exactly a match game guy, but with the DC characters, some of the animations are really cool. Witty mentioned sound. I didn't even know the game had sound. I refuse to play any mobile game with sound. So
you're missing the best part.
You just said voiceover. I'm like, what the fuck? Voiceover.
Yeah, there's like I remember
when Batman throws the batarang and he says, "I am the night." It just does it for me. It's
okay. I've never played a mobile game with sound.
Oh, you have to.
Once in a while, I watch like a video on YouTube with sound on my phone, and then all of a sudden I go into DCL. I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, what's that noise?
I played Lord's Mobile because there's a tap joy thing. I love the sound of that. Like each character had a different thing that they said, and it was kind of neat.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to absolutely try it, Biff.
All right, I'll try. I will try it. Just for
I'll answer Miss Junk's question from the perspective of somebody who has not played DC Legends in some time.
Right. And that wasn't a knock, by the way. It was a genuine question because I think a lot of
by the way, I think that's a very legitimate question.
Oh yes, absolutely is.
Of our level of commitment to this new game, is it boredom, or is it excitement of a new DC game?
No, it's excitement. I'm being genuine because I got the I entered the beta of testing for the other DC game. That's supposed to be like Marvel Snap that everyone talked about, and for me that's pure boredom because it's like playing a chess game. One moves, you move, when the other one moves, you move, and you're there forever just to get to a card, and that's super boring, and it's DC. But this one, it's quick, it's flashy, the sounds, the characters, the designs, everything is super cool, and it doesn't take up too much of my time, which is perfect.
Yeah.
And they have homicidal maniac.
Yes, they do. They have homicidal maniac, and that's the best way to roll, right? No, I had
serial killer
and serial killer, right?
And they have synergy together.
It sounds
and
like,
of
course,
you would understand.
It sounds like my OK Cupid page.
Don't forget the grass.
He's OK Cupid. Oh God. All right. I think we've talked.
So you
about...
go AB. What you got? You were going to answer.
What was I going to say? So from the perspective, I'm sorry. You're right. So basically, I hadn't played any phone games or any mobile games for quite a while, and somebody said, we should play Snap, and that's actually what got me back into it. Now I like Snap, right? I like card games. I like those kind of things, right? Those kind of things get into my head. I've always liked card games, but it just didn't really thrill me. Once I got the characters that I wanted to get, the cards that I wanted to get, I was like, well, that's it. I don't know what else I'm playing the game for. Yeah. And so I quit. This is the difference between Marvel and DC games for me, right? Because if I'm looking at a character that I really love, Superman, Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Vandal Savage, for God's sakes. If I'm looking at a character that I really, really love or I have a connection to, and then I'm playing that Bejeweled game, I have a much better chance of staying with said Bejeweled game. And it is about the excitement of a new game for me. Because as Biff said, I get to create and collect a roster. I get to build characters. I get to play a little bit of Bejeweled, which, as Witty says, doesn't take a lot of my time. So it's win-win. It really is, I think, a really good game. That's just my humble opinion.
No, that's cool. And I mean, like, it's true. Like with DCL, like there's so many. If you're a fan of certain characters, you really can't use them.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
You can play with who you want to play. Now, there are things online with tier lists and things like that. And yes, a lot from what we've seen personally, a lot of those tier lists have some validity. But if I want to run a team of completely Legion of Doom characters and Grodd is considered B tier, Grodd's fine. Like it's there's nothing wrong with them. Right. You can use who you want to use.
You're also not facing you're also not facing other Batman. PvP teams, which is
Yeah,
that's true.
Use
Batman in this game, which they have him listed as C tier again, even these experts that play the game for a while. By the way, side note, AB, there was a after the original beta for this one, there was a call out like 2 months ago to say DC content creators can have early access to DC heroes and villains, and I put in my application I never heard fucking anything. So
Oh,
maybe they don't like us.
maybe they don't like. Maybe they heard us and they're like, "Fuck those guys."
Yeah, but we're still talking about them. We're talking
Right.
about you
Right.
nice, there.
Nicely, yeah.
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 What's his
Praise
name?
for your product. That's
Robert.
right,
Robert. Right.
Robert.
Maybe
there you go.
Brother.
maybe you just need to put out a separate channel for Heroes and Villains podcasts that are completely like not at all what we usually do. You know, like we'll goof around, we'll role play for 15 minutes of like how like we're just super sweet and nice to everybody.
AB loves
I,
role-playing.
I don't think I want to be on that one.
I know, I'm out. I'm already
I'm
out.
out.
I'm already out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a show I want to host.
We're here again. I just want to say I'm grateful to the world for giving us another day on this lovely planet. Let's talk about Heroes and
Yeah,
Villains.
the whole show will sound like Retpmus is
Right.
closing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit! I wasn't gonna say it.
I
Retpmus,
was
stop.
thinking it. I was
Get 'em.
thinking it.
Daily affirmations with Atlantis After Dark.
By the way, not for nothing. There actually is some DCL stuff,
Yes, yeah, we have
we should
DCL
probably
stuff,
talk.
and we should probably.
Yeah,
and I've been
yeah, we
wanting to
should.
get to it, but yeah,
and we got to get to Tewty because I want Tewty's opinion because
Yeah.
there seems to be a couple good Blue Beetles showing up around.
Yeah.
Here.
All right. Well,
By
let's
the way,
not.
really
And-
quickly, if you do have a Heroes and Villains podcast with that, be heroes and villains who have some good in them, and I can change them. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Let's talk about
All right.
DCL. Let's go about
Yeah.
DCL.
Miss Junk said it. There was the gong.
The gong 45 minutes in.
Jesus, has it really?
Christ.
No.
No, we started
No,
late. We
no.
started.
Oh
started
no,
late.
no, yeah,
I was
okay.
super late.
We started
No,
at
that's
okay. Never mind. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Throwing me off, guys.
That was
Still a late gong.
It is
That
still
was
a late
high
gong.
record late gong.
that was hyperbole.
It is still a late gong. Anyways, let's chat, and I want to open it up, and we'll talk about Beetle in a minute, but I want to briefly cover the Colosseum event because it was a thing that happened, right?
It was great.
And
I watched it. Best event ever. No time that I had
Right?
to invest at
World-
all. I mean, it was
world's
like the perfect
finest.
event.
Yeah, no,
everybody, you know what? I didn't get World's Finest. I don't play the game, and I didn't get it. I didn't get compensated. I wonder why that
because
is.
you probably took too long to log in.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
like-
so looking forward to it actually too. Like this idea of having this such a limited roster, I was actually looking forward to it.
Right.
However, then they decided
That
to
was
charge.
Fi-
a good
five
concept,
energy is
but
a bad-
They've botched it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
5
it's like
energy is a
everything-
bad idea.
Yeah,
And
like-
from what I can see, there was a lot of frustration among the players. But if you really do the math, I mean, the gems you get times the gems you would get on a regular blitz, and the cost and the energy cost is
Yes.
playing it, thinking it's a good idea,
It's
Yeah.
just calculator.
right? And
Simple
and,
calculator.
for you to get some frags, it's basic math. You get double the rewards, but you get 5 times the effort. It's not worth it. I don't know why people got into it in the first place, because we should have watched the whole thing from the start. And also for you to get some counter frags, you have to be top 100, which costs a lot for you to get like what 100 frags or 120 frags. It's not worth it. You might as well buy a pack. So I don't know what the hell were they thinking. And even after those shitty rewards came out for people who I didn't even play and I got the rewards, I was happy. I mean, I'm not gonna give them back, but I mean, people were actually saying that they should give them the energy back. I mean, no, they shouldn't, because they have to compensate you for not giving you the whole reward they gave everyone else, but you entered at your own volition, so it's your energy. It's the energy you've lost. You've lost it.
And
I
I get
think
the
the only reason-
excitement of a new mode, so people want to jump in. But
Yeah.
quite
but-
frankly, I just looked at it right away, and I'm like, okay, this mode came directly from the, 7K gems for 10,000 legendary essence, shop calculator.
Right. Well,
Like
I
it,
think
it just didn't make sense.
the only reason
yeah, and
I think
the
people
star
played.
system was the same, right? 3.
Yeah. But the only reason people played is because some people still had 1,000 PvP energy from last month's. I think
Yeah, but now
that's
they
really
want
the
it
only
back,
reason why
and-
some people played it.
And now they want it back, but
Yeah,
it
no.
doesn't make any sense.
No.
You should have done the math before you entered it, and I think they absolutely need to fix this before they put out the other one, because it makes no sense. How can you farm the 20,000 gems spending 5 energy for every match?
I'm
and
surprised
with the same star system, it doesn't make sense.
I'm really surprised that there's some people on Reddit who are upset, because usually they take bad news with such aplomb. That's a good word, right?
I mean, I get their frustration.
That is a good word.
Yeah, that was a great word. I understand the frustration for the people that spend energy, but again, like Witty said, you made that choice to compete in the event. You were going to be fine with what you got if nobody got anything. So to get World's Finest rewards instead, I mean, I would be pretty happy with that regardless, and just be like, well, that sucks that I spent all that energy, but they don't owe you that back. You made that choice to spend it. So I mean, that sucks. It definitely sucks. No doubt about it. But I just don't understand the additional, like, well, they owe us even more of this back, because goddamn them for me making decisions that ended up poorly for me.
The only thing I would argue that they would have a case, and by the way, I'm never one, and Witty knows this, you guys all know this, I'm not one that says, hey, give me something for nothing, like, whatever. The only thing they could have done was give all these people that did put effort into the event World's Finest on top of what they already did.
Yeah,
they could have done that, and that wouldn't have been hard. Actually, it would have been easier.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have had to figure out what everyone got, and they could have just said, okay, across the board, everyone that didn't get World's Finest already gets World's Finest, and then the people that did put effort in, there were people in our alliance that spent a little energy and did it. And you know, I don't knock them. I did the math and said this. And by the way, I want Connor Frags. I was disappointed. I only took him RB2, and I would like Connor Frags. But then I just looked at it. I said, this makes 0 sense. Like mathematically, it made 0 sense. So I bailed and didn't do one match, not one. And then I got World's Finest, and I was like, see, it's my first World's Finest.
It's my second.
Retpmus won the first. Didn't you win the first World's Finest, or you won World's Finest for who? For
Green Arrow.
Yeah. And so I
Emerald Archer.
I tied Retpmus at that point.
But Retpmus got for World's Finest on this.
I know, but then you took the lead right after. I think I claimed him before you, so I tied you briefly.
Witty and I are tied now, 2-2.
So it sounds like it was a fun endeavor. Fun was had by all.
I know. I agree with Biff there. They should have given World's Finest to everyone, even those who played, so they could get a little bit more for their effort, since they actually tried this new event they put out. But I have to say they absolutely need to fix this, because I would like to have some action to actually play something new, something different, and they need to fix that energy cost ASAP.
Speaking of things they need to fix, is I'll shovel over to this very briefly, but Trigon. I was watching Tournament of Legends yesterday with Kal-El. I was watching his little deal, and I watched his, I don't know which tunes it were, because I'm an old man and I'm trying to watch it on a screen.
Ultraman and Dawnstar versus Trigon.
Thank you. And I just watched this thing go on and on and on and on and on and on. And I'm like, good God almighty. I am so glad I don't play this game. If I did, I'd have fucking raged through my phone into the toilet, because it's fix Trigon. Fix that shit.
Yeah.
And Dawnstar.
Yeah.
And Dawnstar, fix them.
Another way to not be frustrated is not enter the Tournament of Legends.
Well,
like that's another thing where
agreed.
you have 10 million rules on what you can do and how you can do it, and if this person's a bot and this person isn't, and it's like, oh Jesus, holy hell! Like I love the fact that big players have something they can look forward to.
Sure,
that's just not something I would look forward to.
I didn't even. I answered it. It wasn't even like honestly, I have no expectations, but I feel like Josh put a lot of work into this. Like a couple people put a lot of work into this over there, and and it was like, it's like, I'll do it. I'll try it. I mean, I almost didn't do it because I had to like Twitch was acting up on me, and I had to reinstall it. But it was, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But by the way, when we talk about bad decisions by DCL, what do you think about the I know, let's go down the list. Besides Trigon, what do you think about the fact that they're offering Colosseum or was it Siege energy that you
Yeah,
buy
you
now?
buy it.
Oh yeah, for $5 or whatever.
And you can do it 3 times, so it's 90 energy you can buy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can buy it now.
So
Well,
that no,
shit.
it's listen. They want to make money. It's fine. I'm not buying
Yeah,
it.
it's
but
fine.
That's
It's
fine.
I'm okay with it because the only people who are gonna buy it are the uptight
Top 100.
cutthroat. Yeah, the cutthroat bitches who always sing for world's finest stuff. It doesn't affect me at all. They can make their money. I can make my day. I don't care.
I love how you sugarcoat everything to make it. Yeah, that's
I do.
amazing. Amazing. I love how you're just like,
That's what we love about her. She's sunny.
I'm just being honest. I'm a very honest person because
love it.
you know who's gonna buy that, right? I'm not lying. It's not gonna be me and you for sure. So if they want to spend their money, it's their money. I'm okay with it.
Anything that monetizes the game and keeps it going, I'm good with.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Like it's funny. Today, like I haven't bought 1 pack of that. I haven't bought 1 pack of the daily one either for gems. And I got really high up today, like the highest I've been this one, because I've been a little further down. And I saw that when I refreshed the board, I was like at like 101. And I was like, I've been like in the high like 100s or low 200s. And I got a board today. So when I refreshed, I got 6 owls. Okay. Then some twat from the New Gods that did like Enchantress,
probably
Monkey Prince, Trigon, and Jace Fox. And I'm like, you fuck.
Yeah, that's all of the New Gods. They
and
all
by the way,
use twat lineups. Like
oh
that.
my god!
I mean, like, I mean, a lot of people use twat. I shouldn't just. It's not just them, but yeah, like every time I see one, I'm on my board. I was just like, all right, I know what's coming.
Yeah, no, but I had 6, so then I got Vincent. I got all these like. But by the way, it's good when you get big players because you're getting bonus.
They use bonus
tunes, but at the same time, they're highly volatile. I mean, you're looking at Atro, Brainiac, Barda, and Spectre, and it's like, okay, that could go anyway. Like I've won a few of those, but I also know that with Vincent's 46K version of that, I'm probably going to come out on the wrong end. And the fact that the bonus structure has changed, I think it also has changed the way we should look at having to clear a board. I don't think you have to clear a board anymore. Like I think some of those comps, just avoid them and refresh. Like I've only refreshed once in the last 2 years in Siege, but I can tell you this board I just got, there's no way I'm going to try to finish that. There's just no, because it's too volatile. There's way too much stuff you can't control.
And it's too frustrating.
Yeah.
I haven't even played since last night, and my siege energy's full and just sitting there. I'll play it eventually, but I'm just not trying as hard anymore because it's just frustrating and annoying, and it's not really that much fun. And again, like it takes time. Like you sit there for 10 minutes trying to like figure out how to kill this person's other fucking Trigon whose RNG is working amazingly, and you're just like, okay, I get it. The AI always has the advantage. I should have brought one of my can't miss reds, even though I did, and Superman killed him on the first turn or something anyway. So it's just like, it's just frustrating to like even sit and think about comps at this point.
They did do a good job with these bonuses have been very interesting.
Yeah, the bonuses, when you're playing against bonus tunes, it is much more fun. But when you hit, like you said, one of those twat comps that's just like, this is going to be a grind, I'm not going to be able to use bonus tunes. I've refreshed a couple boards, but at the same time, I have no urgency to play. Like, I know I'm going to finish in like the top 550, even if I barely try. So I'm going to probably do that, get my shards. I'll probably buy some packs because I'm sitting on a Tapjoy Horde Mountain that I don't even know what I'm going to fucking spend them on. And that'll be it. And that's my relaxing way of playing the game now. I'm not really stressing about it. And let me tell you, it has been lovely.
It's the best, isn't it?
I still have energy from the fuck ton they gave us from the fuck ups. I just go in and lose 27 matches on Revenge daily to get my blue rings and complete my missions, and I'm just cruising along waiting for something to change for the positive. Hanging in there.
Also, what about it's like all this is for a character who might be the next Crypto. I mean, like really, he might be the next like shitty tune. So
who is the siege tune? This
I don't even know.
I
don't even know.
Doomsday Superman.
Oh, okay.
Dupes.
Yeah.
And it's a character I want just because I love Superman characters. Like, I want the character. I don't care that much about Doom Superman because to me he's kind of like the Batman Who Laughs, where it's like a mashup character, like a fanboy sort of thing. But it's whatever. It's a new Superman in the game, and that's my thing. So I want that character. But I just can't drum up the interest enough to try hard. I just can't.
We're getting way too many Supermen in this game now.
Butt in real quick.
Tewty wakes up.
Go, Tewty.
Oh yeah, Tewty, please.
I have Dupes L1 currently, and he's not bad at all. Actually, I think he's quite fun. His animations are pretty awesome. He's a tanky boy. He likes to get lots of stamina ups. He doesn't do like a lot of damage, but at the same time, he's only L1. So maybe that changes in the future. I don't have all the legendary points yet where he gets more strength ups and stuff. But I do think he's fun. I think he's a very solid tank. I don't know if he's like meta changing because there's like people like Parasite and Trigon who can just take away all of his buffs anyway, but I'm enjoying him currently.
Yeah, he might be good. But my point was that like it's a character that like unless you spent money, no one really knows his full potential. That was my only point. I wasn't trying to say he's not good or he's the next.
No,
but I was saying there's a chance.
Is he going to be tanky like Parallax tanky?
No, I think a little bit more so.
Really?
My Parallax is RB5, and I notice his health bar goes up and down a lot easier than Dupes's does.
Okay.
Dupes kind of just takes every hit really well.
Even at L1.
Yeah, he's very tanky. Like I said, I think the trade-off is that he doesn't deal a lot of damage, but
which is good.
Yeah.
But that might change once you get him to higher levels too.
Yeah, that might change. If you get him to L5 or RB3 or even, then maybe he actually can fuck some shit up.
But also that tankiness will also increase at that level that you're seeing it at L1. So
yeah,
correct.
I mean, I was automatically thinking RB3 just because of who the character is. So I'm glad to hear that review, Tewty, and I will be curious to hear when you have more to say about him.
But
as well as the Beatles.
Yeah, why don't we?
Ringo.
Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah,
about
it's a
that.
good segue right into the Blue Beetles. Right. Ted Cord.
Ringo, John, George, and Paul.
One of them was called Ted. Jamie?
I'm gonna start by saying I don't know anything about any of them because I haven't played with any of the characters. So let's get that one out of the.
There you go.
Witty, I'll sit this one out too.
I've played with them a bit. The little bit I've played, I have played with both of the new Beetles, so I will comment on those.
Yeah.
Tewty, you can go first though.
Okay. Yeah. So Ted Cord, I don't have a lot of experience with. I'm still gearing him up. He's level 69 right now, which I'm tempted to just keep him there. But the whatchamacallit, he does have some interesting mechanics. I like that he can AoE stun an entire team. He's got decent damage, decent sustain, although he seems squishy, and I don't like his first passive where he like has to get hit critically in order to gain buffs. And I'm like, this man is a squishy fuck. Like, getting hit critically means he's dead. So yeah, I enjoy him, but I don't like, he has clear weaknesses where others don't have those weaknesses. Jaime, on the other hand, I genuinely believe is S tier. He is incredibly plug and play. He destroys people with immunities pretty easily, like Superman, and he's built to be anti-mystic, which, you know, we all kind of wanted him to be a bit more anti-shield, but they actually did the anti-mystic right this time, where it actually does good damage to mystics. And he ramps up really easily because he literally, all you have to do is get an enemy to buff and he basically starts taking off. So every fucking character in this game buffs at this point. So no, he's pretty fucking phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoy Beetle at this point.
Wow, that's pretty high praise.
No, and he gains turn meter so quickly as well, like, which is so important in this game, is how many turns you can take. And like Tewty was saying, he buffs up easily as well. So not only are you taking a lot of turns, you're taking those turns with high intelligence, lots of int, and then you're attacking with double damage to mystics, and mystics are the pain in the ass tunes right now, like Parasite, pain in the ass, Enchantress, pain in the ass, Trigon, pain in the ass, Monkey Prince, pain in the ass. They're all mystics, and he just fucks them up. And it's so fun to watch him do it. And it's definitely a bright spot. I just got the shards this week to bring him to L5. I don't know if I'm ever going to bring him into Rebirth, but I definitely will be L5ing him because he's one of the few fun things I've had to do in the showdowns, basically. Like when you get to use bonus tunes and not care about Wraith position, those are the ones I've actually played and enjoyed the last couple days. And both of the Beetles, like Tewty was saying to Ted as well, that 3 is such a good and potent move, especially because he's slower than the question. So you can run the question to strip everybody's safety, so they're not going to have their debuff immunity whenever he pops his 3, and all you have to do is crit on one of those 4 people, and then the whole team's stunned. So to me, that's a really clutch move, and even though that other passive is not as desirable, you can absolutely position him in such a way that he gets a turn and doesn't take a hit, and you can win the match. So, I mean, I think that's what we're all looking for, is quick wins. And when you pair him with the question, it can be a very quick win.
I also like him in PvP because he has 2 AoEs, or PvE rather. So that way you just breeze through all the lines. But I like them both. I have, I think Blue Beetle's great. I'm so glad that they changed him from the first, well, I don't know, was the 3rd, 4th rework?
I don't even know.
But like when they first reworked him, he was not, he was no better than he was before for the most part. But now he's great. He's absolutely great. Like the fact that they listened and they made that change is good. It could have been a shitty rework, and it turned out to be actually, I like him. He's fun. And I mean, there's still the same issues that you're going to face with a lot of teams, but he's definitely has a use, and I'd like him now. And also, same with Ted, that stun is just so key.
You talked about the multiple reworks of Blue Beetle. M4 recently posted a link on the OWL server to a WROL when Blue Beetle was reworked last, which was my first appearance on WROL because they had me there to talk about Dove.
How many words did you get to speak?
Oh, not many. Not many.
Count them on one hand.
Hate Mail was arguing with his ex-wife at the time, so he dropped. And it was just me and Cespio, and Cespio was the Blue Beetle guy, and I was the Dove guy, and it went off the rails.
It was so,
he lost his mind on the Blue Beetle rework, and there was just Dove just didn't get any time on that podcast, and that's fine.
She evaded the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she does best.
Oh yeah, Dove evaded being talked about.
It was so funny with Blue Beetle's rework. Like the first time, I think they did something with shield. So whenever someone got shield, he started to do stuff. And then like no one used shield, so he was just useless. And then they changed it to speed up because Black Flash was like prevalent. And then they put all these counters to Black Flash, like no one gained speed up anymore. So every time it's just like they tried to make a. But now it's finally like, okay, just whatever, any buff. It's perfect. It's perfect.
He was always late to the party. It seems.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, but now he's so good. And he's one of those tunes that you really don't want to face. Like he could really mess your team up if you don't take care of. I mean, like obviously there are a lot of people who can, remove all of his buffs and that. But if he's good. Like you're not terrified to face him, but he can do a lot against him. I like him.
And if you're not paying attention too, your team is probably buffing up. He's gaining turn meter, and then all of a sudden you're like, "What the hell happens when he pops his 3 and kills 2 of your greens?" And you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck just happened?" He's sneaky.
The only time I don't see him in Siege is when it's a member of the New Gods.
Surprised he fit right on one of those twat Mystic teams. Swap him out for
but they prefer no bonus.
Yeah. No bonus.
Right.
Well, it sounds like you guys are having fun with your new tunes, and maybe not.
No, I mean they're fun. They're fun. They're not. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind them. I wish again, it's really come down to like playing time, and it takes a lot of time to get through matches anymore based on the teams you're seeing a lot.
Yes.
And I don't want to commit that much time to it. I got a week away from it, and I saw what life was like not committing hours and hours of time to playing DCL, and maybe not hours, but even an hour is a lot of
Yeah.
time to commit to playing a single game each day. So yeah, it's just hard to get back into that swing of things, I think, once you break away from it a little bit.
It is. Life on the outside is so much different. There are leaves on trees, the sun, that big yellow dot in the sky.
I know pumpkin spice is coming back already. There's a pumpkin spice. I don't know if there's a pumpkin spice spam this year, but there is a maple spam, which
maple spam.
Maple spam. That might actually be good.
I have some on the way. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, let me know, because I'd be interested to know how that. I might get some. That sounds delicious.
I might have to do a taste test, original and maple. We'll see.
My God. Actually,
have you gotten any playtime in with any of these new characters?
A little.
Any thoughts?
Retpmus is over there. He's like, yeah.
A little.
Yeah. And I find it harder and harder every day to justify wasting my time playing the game.
Yeah.
I really struggle, and I'm just like, I could spend the time on this doing something else that would have a lot more value. But then, then it's my OCD side. But then I'll miss out on this character, or I'll miss out on those rebirth tokens.
FOMO.
Yeah. And I'm struggling. I really am struggling every day because I feel like not doing it anymore.
Yeah, you haven't had your line in the sand moment yet, but you will.
Yeah, but
it sounds like it. What's that? You like Ted Cord?
I like Ted Cord a good bit. I love his AoE, is like Tewty was saying. Just the fact that you can AoE or stun everybody. And it works almost all the time. I mean, very rarely where you got, 4 chances to get a crit hit on someone. As long as you get 1 crit on one of the 4, then it stuns everybody. So it's almost every time. I think I've not got it maybe once or twice at the most. The Blue Beetle, I just have him at L5. I've got enough shards to make him RB3. I was thinking about it. I love his unbelievable stacks of int ups and shields that he puts on, and he's a very, very good character. I would say that Tewty's pretty right in his assessment. He's like A++, close to S tier, if not S- tier. I mean, he's like right there. If you get him up to an RB5, he's going to be pretty devastating.
Plus, he's probably going to have an event next month. He's
True.
going to rework, so he's probably got to be
almost because it's the only rework. It's
Yeah.
almost short.
It should be, which I mean, like everyone should be able to get him up to a reasonable level. If they
Oh,
wanna
it's
use him, which is
it's come on.
unless they do something crazy next.
No,
time.
They'll find
it's-
some way to say fuck you to us,
Right.
Yeah, it'll be someone else. Since there was only one
Right.
rework, we're going to give you these 2 obscure characters instead.
Right. Look at it. Finally a chance to get those indigo shards.
There you go.
Here's another Two-Face.
No,
6
Joker.
day. Enjoy.
Joker. They're going to go. No, we're going to do Joker's damaged goods and Harley Quinn.
Golly.
But quite vexing, or
Yes.
Okay.
Which I would not mind because I'm
Yeah,
so
I would
close.
take those shards. I would
Yeah.
take that actually.
I'm so close to having, and I think I need like 50 shards, and I have enough to make her RB5, and then I'll have both Harleys RB5. And I tell you what, if they do have an event, I know everybody hates Joker damaged goods, but I would play that and get an RB5 one just to do it.
Just to do it?
Just to do it because everybody's like, he's garbage, he's trash. I know.
Well, in RB5, he's slightly C tierish.
Yeah.
Right.
HQQV, it's such a great skin on HQQV. It's like
Yes. I love that. And I mean, she's still pretty decent.
she's
I mean,
solid. Yeah.
I mean, I love the double call assist that she does. I mean, of course, she's majorly power crept compared to everybody else. But I mean, as
They
a character,
did give her a stat boost though. They did give her a stat boost this year. Her energy is now like her base is better than HQMJ.
oh really?
Yeah, they did stat boost her.
Interesting.
Right before they had raids with her, wasn't it? Like right before.
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, if they have an
And
event
she
with
killed
her,
it in raids. Didn't
yeah.
she kill it in raids too? I thought I didn't have her, so I couldn't use her, but I heard she killed it.
I used Ravager instead because she was
Yeah, me too.
+5. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's as
time.
good a place as any, right? Let's think about wrapping this thing up and taking her around the horn. Let's everybody get the last word. And we'll start with you, Retmus. Take us to
I
church.
don't have anything positive to say today.
Oh, no.
I just don't feel it. And that's the days where I guess you have
Don't
to
push
dig
it.
deep. You know, you have to dig deep and just reflect and be like, what good things do I have going for me? You know, and just, I guess it has to do with everything in life. Because if you just come to that point and you're at that roadblock or that, you know, dead end street, and you're like, do I just make the choice and give up, or do I power through and hope that there's, you know, a greener pasture ahead? So that's all I got to say. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Some days we're at our best and some days we're not. And today I can tell you, buddy, you are at your best. I just want you to know that.
I appreciate it. I mean, what keeps me going are you guys. I'm serious. It really is. It's our alliance. They're just so awesome. And that just to be a part of that is what keeps me going.
I agree.
I love you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Thank you.
It's a
Love
big
you too.
shout out.
I'm hanging out till they shut the doors because of all of you.
Right. All right. Thanks, Retmus. I appreciate it, and all of us appreciate it, and we all appreciate you, pal. Biff, tell it like it is.
Yeah, no. Well, I gotta give a shout out to the $1 million host AB for beating me again at a wrestling bet.
Again?
4 times.
I am 0 for 4.
It's become tradition.
Oh, it absolutely has.
Oh,
And his prize is on the way.
yes, it is.
I would not put money on it's what you requested.
It is. It is.
No, I would not put money on that.
Oh,
That
you
what's
wouldn't?
I would not. I'd be very careful with that. And I just gave you a clue a second ago. But yeah.
All right.
Something's on the way for you, and you're gonna love it.
All right. Well, I look forward to it. I can't wait. Let's fucking do it already. And yes, I am a four-time
Wait, having flashbacks of Ric Flair. 4 times world champion.
That's right.
5-time world champion. 6-time world champion.
0-time wrestling bet champion.
By the way, speaking of that, we are, I don't want to plug my other show, but I am looking to expand on ABW for a little bit. So if you are a fan, like Biff and I are a fan, and you want to help us round out our 3-man booth for our supplemental podcast over on ABW, hit me up. Either come over to our Discord server and bang on me, or, you know, PM me or DM me or IM me or whatever M. I don't care.
I nominate Witty. She's a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She know much about it. Do you know much about it, Witty?
No, she's not.
Okay, no. So I
Um,
never see her.
I'm not a big fan. My brother, when he was a teenager, he was huge with the wrestling stuff, and funny enough, he used to believe that all of those moves, everything that was happening was absolutely truth. And I
Wow.
told him that it was like a soap opera with the naked dudes and in speedos that don't really hit each other, and it's all scripted. And we always fought
life.
over it, so it's not exactly.
You know,
That's like telling a-
that's like
It's-
Santa
it's
Claus.
not
is
exactly-
Yeah. I was going to say, that's like telling him Santa ain't real.
No.
That's messed up.
No, because he's really stubborn. He kept arguing that it's an actual sport because there's wrestling in the Olympics or whatever and stuff like it. He genuinely believed it was true. And
Well, Witty,
no,
Witty, it can be
it's fucking
considered
scripted,
It can
and
be
you're watching a
considered
soap opera.
sport. It can be considered a
It
sport.
is, but
do they not have
WWE isn't.
Do they not have choreographed like swimming and choreographed other dancing and things like that? So what about choreographed wrestling? It can be a sport.
It's
not an actual. They're not actually fighting. If you want to see someone fight, you go
no,
watch a boxing match or something like that.
There
because
is
they're not
real
getting
fighting.
hit.
There is real
There is.
fighting. They're just
But-
what it is it is choreographed, it is scripted, but there are people that really get really hurt because it's impossible to fake all of it. It's not fake, it is scripted. And there
It's
is
super scripted. They already know who's gonna win.
Of course, it's scripted.
They have
There's
those
no argument there.
those cheesy songs when they come in, because he had the whole of those intro songs in his CD. He burned them on a CD, and I was listening to that crap all day. So not exactly
Witty,
an memory.
Witty, I had it on a LP.
An LP. I think I did too. The wrestling album.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I had that.
I had to put a needle down to listen to that.
Yeah. I'm a Real American by Hulk Hogan on LP. No kidding.
Yeah.
God, that takes me back.
Yes.
Anyways,
and without watching it, I know some of their names, like The Undertaker,
Yes.
John Cena, The Rock, Rey Mysterio. I know all their names. I've never seen them, but I know their names.
I'm impressed. No.
There you go.
Maybe she will be our third. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that she threw Rey Mysterio in there. That was a good reference.
Triple H, I think it was his favorite.
Yes.
Triple H.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
John
Damn.
McMahon is the boss,
Vince.
right? The one who
Vince.
John, did you say
Yeah.
John McMahon?
Or Sean.
Sean
were you
McMahon.
saying
Sean
Sean?
McMahon.
No,
That's
there's
pretty
Shane
funny.
McMahon.
Oh,
Shane,
yes,
Shane,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
No, Vince,
Okay.
Vince,
Yes.
Vince.
Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dude. The dude from the knees.
Now I'll buy an album of his entrance music.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but this is the kind of talk that you're going to get on ABW. So when you go over to our wrestling podcast and
That was
check
your
that out.
tease.
But you
Right.
won't hear the word fake.
That's right. That's right.
Scripted.
Yeah, it's not fake. By the way, I've taken a bump more than a bump in a wrestling ring, and I can tell you that shit doesn't feel fake.
No, it doesn't.
So
It hurts.
yeah, getting slammed on your ass. Yeah. Anyways, is that all you have today, Biff? I feel like we kind of went a different turn with your thing
Was this still me?
yeah, it's still you, buddy.
Okay. No, I'm
All right.
done. I just wanted to tell you that your gift is on the way, or your reward is on the way,
Thank you.
and I look forward to you opening it.
I look forward to unboxing it, sir. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll post a video on our WrestleMania channel.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. All right, Tewty, give us your last word, pal.
So I'll be a little bit positive, I guess.
Yeah.
Might as well. I had a wedding that I went to last week, which is why I could not be here last week, because I was hungover and throwing up. But whatchamacallit, it kind of just made me realize, like, even those events, those big events, like where everyone like cries a little bit and like hugs the bride and loves each other and everybody, it's a great night. It kind of immediately went right back to the normal world the next day. You know, like the wedding only lasted the day, and then everybody just did their own thing again. So like, I don't know, when you get to go to those like events or those moments, I guess cherish them a bit. I don't think that has any relevance to anything we talked about today, but that's how I felt. I was like, this is really weird. Like, we just like hugged and cried and like had a great night, and then everyone's like, all right, back to normal. I was like, that kind of sucked. So I don't know, I just had that thought.
No, that's a good thought. You absolutely should live in those moments and cherish them when you can. You know what I mean? Because you can't ever get them back.
He's absolutely right. Life moves on pretty quick.
Yes.
Very,
It
very quick.
does.
All right. Well, is that it, Tewty? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Let's go with Sekju. Tell us what's going down, buddy.
Well, I just want to make sure that I emphasize that even though I may have sounded a bit negative during today's podcast about like lack of participation or just can't drum up the will to care and all that stuff, that really goes back to just like realizing that you don't have to play the game super seriously all the time. I'm still playing. I still enjoy DC Legends, and I would just encourage other folks out there that might be finding themselves stressed with the gameplay in DC Legends. you don't have to play it super seriously. Like, you choose to do that. I was choosing to like make sure that I got in my 27 matches every day and worrying about making sure my siege timer wasn't like full so I could get my matches in and maximize my position. I'm at the point where I don't feel like I need to care about it that much. So I enjoy the game. It's a great game. I'm going to keep playing it. I encourage everybody to just, if you're thinking about quitting, just reevaluate how you play the game, and maybe you'll enjoy it a little bit more like I am right now. So I don't know. I did kind of positive message there, but it's still a good game for the most part. It just gets frustrating at times, and if it's frustrating, put it down for a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like the motto of our whole alliance. Don't take anything too seriously.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy raids.
Yeah, raids are nice because you
Enjoy
just
raids.
hit it on auto. You just smack the shit out of the boss. You collect some rewards. Usually we have some friendly banter in the alliance chat, and yeah, right. That's why I think raids are so great. That's why I think the part of what makes the game so great, and that we keep going back to this, is being in a wonderful alliance with great people that you have great conversations with. And that's what makes the game enjoyable, not even the gameplay itself. It's the interaction with you folks. So thank you for that. And for the rest of the team that's either listening or those that still we know not everyone listens to the show, even though they are in the alliance. But thanks to you all the same, because you're a great group of people and I enjoy playing with you.
Really? Who from the alliance isn't listening to this show?
Oh, I know there's at least one out there. We've had a couple people that like randomly would be like, "Oh, I don't listen to the show."
Oh, I need names now.
Excel.
Excel?
Oh, well, yeah, we
We
know
should
that.
test that.
Oh.
We should test
We know
that.
that. We know.
Excel.
No, we know that.
Excel,
Based
if you
on the
listen to
question
the
we asked.
show, you need to acknowledge this shout out right now. This
That's
is a
right.
shout out.
We know sure as shit he doesn't listen.
If
Just based
you're
on the
listening.
questions he asks in Alliance chat, that guy is.
If you made it to this part of the podcast and you've heard Excel, you might want to ping him. Give him an @ sign when you're in the chat, and just let him know that he made it onto the show.
I can tell you, we don't recruit anybody that doesn't listen to the show, because we've found that people that come into the Alliance as listeners to the show already know us.
Yeah.
So it's
they know our vibe.
Exactly. So it's already like there's no like where you have to talk through it. It's like they know what we are, they know why they want to be a part of it, and so now we don't really recruit outside of listeners, because it just doesn't make any sense.
So well too. Like, I love Dr. Slippers. What a great addition.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He's cool as shit.
Other than the fact he lost fucking 8 times to some siege comp that he couldn't figure out. Like, dude, just fucking refresh your goddamn board. Stop wasting your energy. Fuck.
Oh,
Hey,
my
I
God.
understand that too, though. Sometimes you just want to beat
Sometimes
that
it's a
fucking
matter
team.
of prime.
Yeah, sometimes
right.
you're like, you know what? Fuck this. This is my
Yeah.
stand.
I get stubborn too. I'm just like, no, I'm going to beat that team.
Yeah.
But
It becomes a
then
hill
he
you have to die on.
Then he did 4 reds against a
Yeah,
Superman
oh my
problem.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, be
Come
nice.
on,
Be
Dr.
nice. Don't embarrass
Slippers,
the guy
be
now.
better.
Come on.
Oh, no. All right. Listen, Sekju, you got anything else you want to say, pal?
No, I just
No.
want to reemphasize I play with a great group of people, and thank you guys for making this game so much more fun than it would be otherwise.
I agree. Thank you very much, buddy. We appreciate it. All right, Miss Junk, any last words?
Yes, I was in the middle of nowhere last week. Western Massachusetts, saw an owl. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Flew across my windshield. It was like a giant pillow. It was just giant, and anyway, I thought that was cool. But I was like, one thing I liked about it, because of where I was, I had to be there for a while, and it was so nice to take some time and just unplug for a bit. So I've been trying to unplug every day and just either doodle for an hour or just read, and it's just you get so caught up in this especially with all these games you play. It's like, oh, I have to go in and I have to get that energy. Oh, I have to go in, I have to check and see what's in the Alliance shop. Oh, I have to go in, all this stuff. I'm almost at 10 PvP energy. I need to go play a little bit. And it's nice to forget about that, just unplug. And I think mentally it's just everyone should take a break for a little bit. Just put some time aside, not in front of your phone. I sound like a parent. I sound like the worst parent ever. I feel like stop wasting your time in front of that damn phone. Yeah.
You damn
But,
kids.
You hit an owl?
She's shaking a cane right now, just so you know. She's shaking a cane.
Yeah, I'm in my bathrobe right now with my house coat.
Yeah, the house coat. I was gonna say a house coat.
Her hair's up in a hairnet.
Exactly.
Curlers.
The curlers might come out soon. It's now a nice silvery blue color that I just dyed it. And no, I didn't hit the owl, but I was like, it was the middle of the woods. Like it was like I possum on the road, like raccoons. I saw 2 deer, and a giant owl just flew across my windshield and like 5 feet away. It was the most amazing thing, but it was also like I couldn't believe how big it was.
Where in Western Mass, by the way?
Do you know where the Clark Museum is? In
No,
Williamstown.
Okay, Williamstown. Okay, so yeah,
you know
I'm close to Western Mass, so that's why.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I like originally I saw it and I thought it was Williamsburg, so that's why I said, yeah, sure, that's like in Brooklyn, it's 10 minutes away. But no, it's turns out it was Williamstown, and so what can you do?
Yeah, Western Mass. I was out in Western Mass to visit a hospital system up there like 6 months ago, and there was actually this town in the Berkshires. It was like the land that time forgot. There was actually a Buster Brown shoe store on Main Street, and I just looked at this place. I was like, oh my god, I just traveled time, and I'm in the 70s.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like I wish my teeth came out as white as that town was. You know, like I wish like that. It was like it was insane how white they were.
Western Mass doesn't have a lot of diversity.
Yeah, but this place is cool. It was like I got to like I love Law and Order, and a lot of people there were like a lot of theater people are there were like cameo roles on Law and Order. I was like that I recognized. But that's all I could. Meanwhile, they have a whole theater resume, but I was like, oh my god, you played that doctor in Law and Order.
You played the corpse. Yeah.
Right.
Weren't you a victim on Criminal Minds?
Yeah. Weren't you that rapist?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you got that role that I tried out for, dead prostitute number 2. That's me. So unplug. Just have fun. Just give yourself some time to do something quiet.
Well said. Well said. Thank you very much, and thank you for being with us today. Witty, you give us the bottom line.
Yeah, I feel a bit like Miss Junk at the moment. I actually feel that need to unplug and enjoy my time away from screens. And I've actually played very few DCL since last raids, and it actually felt right. I'm home with a busted knee. I've been almost 2 weeks at home, and this would be the time where I would need so much entertainment and gaming to keep me, rolling. But it doesn't feel like it. I feel like going outside, being with the dogs, being with the cat, doing something else rather than just looking at screens. And hopefully they'll release some new character that I'm interested in, or fix the new event and give me something to do. But no matter what happens with this game, I am super happy that I got a new DC game to play, and that some of my DCL friends will be there with me on that journey. That's been amazing. Namely you too, AB. I mean, when the alliance things are open, I'm gonna be super stoked to be your alliance mate again, and that's given me some joy and some entertainment during this not very busy time of my life right now. So that's it.
Awesome. Well, listen, I can't wait to be in an alliance with all the rest of you again either. It's been a long time coming.
But AB.
What's that?
We are currently at 29 of 30.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm not recruiting for that game.
Yeah. That's not a recruiting thing. I'm just saying, AB, if there was ever a time that you just want to hang out and log in occasionally, that's up to you.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Witty, I talked about not wanting to get a Father's Day card every year. You know what? The one card I do get every year is a Christmas card from my orthopedist, because I put his kid through college. So I know where you're at as far as being hobbled. It sucks.
Oh, it sucks so bad, but
I've spent 6 years of my life on crutches combined.
Damn.
It's
a lot.
super bad, and it's summertime. I'm supposed to be enjoying my time outside, and it's tough. And as much as I wanted DCL to be some part of my escape and to be my entertainment during these days, it hasn't been that. So Heroes and Villains is going to be my I look at DCL as my faithful wife, and Heroes and Villains as the new mistress that I'm so stoked about.
I appreciate that. I couldn't even. I have trouble enough with one wife.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't understand
That's the way
Mormons.
I see it right now.
Yeah. I could never be a Mormon. I'm just saying.
No. Oh, holy hell.
Good God.
My wife watched that show. I'm just like, oh my God. Like I have enough trouble dealing with you.
I know.
If there were 4 of you.
I know.
Jesus. I'd rather just poke my
Kill
own
me.
eyes out.
All right. Kill me now.
Oh, good. Holy hell.
I could 100% be a sister wife.
You'd have to be away from home a lot of time to be working and feeding them. So
Yeah, I'd have to be away from home a lot.
so that's a
just-
plus.
I feel like I'm just naturally inclined towards monogamy because that whole concept just does not sound appealing at all. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Oh,
I think it
if I-
sounds great. All you have to do is spend one day with the guy, and then it's like the rest of the time you're at home on your own.
If I had to do over again, I'd create a new one called
I'm there for it.
Nonography. Nothing.
No.
All stay away from
Zero.
all of them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's been my sex life. I'm a no sexual.
My wife asked me the other day if I'd do it again, if I knew everything I know today, and I said no. Why would I do it again?
You old romantic,
Holy-
you.
Oh no, yeah, I'm a big, yeah. Flowers every Thursday.
Oh boy. Well, listen, everybody, you've been super fantastic today. I've had a ton of fun with you guys. But let's think about getting this all wrapped up. We want to thank all of you for taking the time to be with us today. Get on our website, atlantisafterdark.com. Grab some cool swag from the merch store. Get on our Discord and talk directly with us, and then hit that subscribe button on YouTube because you know you want to. For Biff, for Witty, for Retpmus, Sekju, Tewty, and Miss Junk, we'll see you all right here next time for another awesomely awesome episode of Double AD. So long, everybody.